fellow collectors, and welcome to Long's Toys. Today we are taking a look at the E7 Kagayaki and Erida drill from the Shinkalion Change the World line from Takara Tomy. So for this one, I just could not find the box set of these two together anywhere. I looked on Amazon Japan, HLJ, the usual places I check for Japanese toys. So I had to buy these two separately. It was the only way I could get them. I do not believe the contents are any different than if you buy the combined box set, so there shouldn't be anything missing from buying these two separately. But we have the boxes here. So we have the E7 in robot form and in train form. I believe this is going to transform very similarly to the E5 and the E6, so probably not many surprises there. Here on the side of the box shows you the contents. So you have the robot, you have the combination piece for the combined mode down here. I think I'm going to do this in a separate video just because I think it's kind of involved. So I'll do another video later this week to combine all three of the trains over here. Over on this side, you just have a picture of the toy. Let's see, up here, have a little animation for the robot there. Not really anything going on the bottom here. And then over on the back, we just have some product shots of the train mode and the robot mode. And then, of course, it's combination with the drill to make E7 Kagayaki drill form. But, of course, it's also cross-compatible with the other auxiliary vehicles like the trailer or the top lifter. So all of that is possible. And then over here for the drill, it's a drill. And then we have a picture of the drill up here. Not really anything going on the bottom. Here is, again, the drill on this side. And then the contents just showing the drill over here and the combination with the E7. And pretty much the same thing here on the back. So I'm going to go ahead and get everything out of the packaging. I'm sure there'll be a few stickers to apply, so we'll take care of that. And then we'll take a closer look. So here's everything that comes in the two boxes. If you kind of draw a line right here, here over is for the drill, and then everything from here over is for the E7. Now, if you've seen the transformation of the train for the E5 or the E6, it's going to be exactly the same, so I'm just going to go through it pretty quickly. You're going to take this piece, and this is going to peg in right here to this bottom slot, just like so, and then you're going to take this shield piece, and then you have these two pegs right here and these two peg holes right there, and that is just going to snap on there like so. And this is basically just a combination piece. This little part right here can be used as a shield for the robot mode, but everything for here over is really just used for the combination of the three. So I'm going to pop that off to the side for the moment. We are going to take the front section of the train. You can see the robot head down there underneath. If this section is down like this, I think that's how it comes in the box. You're just going to push that up and that will snap into place. You're going to grab these two pieces, which are going to become the waist of the robot, and they will snap together like so. And then this is going to peg into the spot right here, just like that. You're going to take these two pieces, which will become the legs for the robot, and you're going to unpeg this section and leave this up like this. And then you're going to take these two pieces, which will become the arms and the hands for the robot mode, and they have a little tab slot here on the side. So you're just going to pop this in like so, and then this little tab is going to peg in there like that, and we're going to repeat that over here. Pop that in, tab that in, and then you can snap these two pieces together like so, and then these two pegs right here and here are going to peg in right there and there. So just pop that on just like that. And then you're going to take these two pieces and they are going to pop into this section here. So there's a peg hole right there, which will house this peg right here. And then this peg right here will peg into that spot right there. So pop that on for both sides. And you can see that you have pretty much the entire train finished, but you're going to take this big sled piece. These two pegs right here will peg into these spots right here and here. And then once you line that up, the rest of this will connect along the bottom of the train. And there you go. You have the fully completed E7 train. Rolls pretty well. If you want, you can take this piece right here, and you can see that there's a big block opening right there that will peg onto this spot here on the back. So you can pop that on, and that is storage for that piece in the train mode. So we'll set that there for the moment. And we will start in here on the drill piece. So you can see that you have these two like tread pieces here. These are going to go ahead and snap together like so. Just like that. These larger pieces, you want to line up the wheels so that they're on the bottom. Actually, I have them on the wrong side. So you can see there are 2 peg holes right there, and there are 2 pegs on the inside, so make sure the wheel's on the bottom. And then you're just going to attach these to the end, very simply, like so. And you can see that there are some stickers up here, some stickers here on the side. I didn't really go into the stickers for the train because most of them are only really visible in the robot mode, so I'll point those out later. But like I said, there's 2 stickers here, there's 2 stickers here, there's a sticker on this front piece, and then there's 2 stickers here on the sides. So it's really not too many. I think there's like 6 stickers for each box, so it's really not too bad. You're going to take these pieces, and you want this kind of pointed piece facing up, and they're just going to connect onto here, like that. And then this, you can see that there are these 2 clips right here and here, and they're just going to clip onto there. So that will clip on like so. And then you're going to take these 2, what will be shoe pieces for the combined mode, and you want to make sure, you can see that there are these pegs on the bottom. You want to make sure that you put it so that the 2 pegs are side by side in the center. And then you're going to take this piece, and there are 2 pegs on it, and they're going to peg into these spots on the front. So right there. And that's going to peg on there. And then this section, the 2 pegs that we lined up will sit in this recessed area. And then you can see that there are these 2 tabs right here and here, and they will sit right here and here. So you just line that all up, and that will just kind of sit on there. It doesn't snap in or peg in as snugly as I'd like, and I don't really like this whole piece right here, I have to be honest. I think it looks kind of dumb in the drill mode, and I like it even less in the combined robot mode, but we'll get there. So there you go. These drill pieces on the side cannot move. These pieces don't turn or anything. Oh, and they do turn, I'm sorry. So these can actually spin. See, it just falls off way too easily. I'll leave that off for a second, but so this spins like that, but these pieces do not move. Honestly, this really reminds me of the drill weapon from Gridman, if anyone remembers that. It was part of, I think, God Xenon, if I'm remembering that correctly. So there you go. So there is our train, and our drill rolls pretty nicely. I kind of wish the drills turned as you rolled it, but I realized that that would probably be... Well, actually, this is all part... No, they actually snap on, so it's not part of it, so that's why it would be too complicated for that to happen. But it does roll pretty nice. Train rolls very nicely as well. And just so you can see an idea of scale, because the drills are so long, they are about the same length. So yeah, those are the 2 vehicles. Up first, we'll do the transformation for the E7 robot. We're going to go ahead and take this section here and just completely put that off to the side. Like I said, if you want to take this shield piece off, you can attach it to the forearm later. I'll show that off a little bit later, but we're going to take that off. We're also going to disconnect the sled piece. If I can actually get it to detach. There we go. So we're going to disconnect that and put that off to the side. I've seen a lot of people commented that it would have been cool if they could have found a way to make this like a riot shield, and I totally agree. I feel like if they could have just put a little peg right here, and that could have gone into his hand, and then he could have used this as a shield, I think that would have been really neat. But unfortunately, in the robot mode, it is pretty much useless. So we're going to then start just completely disassembling this, reversing the steps that we did when we attached everything. So unpeg this. Then when we get to this section, this is actually going to transform slightly differently than the other E5 and E6 robots. So this section here is going to lift up, and then this section is actually going to lift up as well, and that's going to stay up like that. He's actually going to have this like collar piece, which I thought was interesting. Then we're going to rotate this whole section up, and this will click into place there. Then you're going to fold this section in like that, and then this will come back down, and then you can actually spin the head around 180 degrees and flip out the little head crest piece there. So again, a little different than some of the other ones. All the other ones had a piece that just kind of like flipped, like it just rocked forward, and then you flipped everything up. This flips up, has the piece fold in, and then you're stuck with this collar here. I don't necessarily hate it, but I wish that there was a way that this could fold back down. But unfortunately, it just doesn't have the clearance to do that. You can see that it hits into the head. So yeah, you just got this collar here. But I will say the robot mode head looks fantastic. I love the blue, the silver, the gold, that bright lime green for the eyes. I think that works really well. Head's on a ball joint so you can tilt side to side. Tilt about that forward. And now I'm moving the collar. Tilt pretty far up and also spin side to side, no problem. So head really looks good. I don't know. I don't love this collar piece here, but nothing I can do about it. Down here, these are going to be the robot hips. Really nice ratchets. You can hear that. Forward, back. You also have a thigh swivel. So that's going to be the chest and hips and thighs of the robot. So we'll put that to the side. Then we're going to take these pieces, split them apart, like so. Untab this part here and remove the arm. Then we are going to rotate this up on this double hinge here, and you can see that there's a tab and a tab spot right there. So this will just pop up and then tab into the side. And then we're going to take this part here and flip this down to be our foot and leg. And you can see that there's a sticker here on the inside. There's one for each leg. And that's going to be one of our legs. So we will repeat the process over here. Untab that. Remove what will become the arm. Flip this back. There we go. Peg that in. And then fold the foot down. And then we will take these and just connect them right in there. And so there's no swivel here. Again, we have the thigh swivel I mentioned earlier, but you do have a knee there, which you can hear is a nice ratchet. And then here you have the movement at the top part of the ankle, which you can move up and down, as well as an actual ball joint for the ankle itself. So we can give him some ankle tilt so that he will stand just like that. Then we will take these two hand pieces. This will fold out like so. And then you want to check the thumb so you can tell which arm this is supposed to be. And you can see another little sticker here on the forearm. And then we will rotate this so that the peg is facing forward. And then we will take this piece here, and this is going to peg in right there to give us our shoulder pad. And then we will just click this in right there. Let me zoom out here so we can see the full robot. And then we're going to duplicate that again, flipping this out, rotating this in, attaching the shoulder pad, and then popping it right into the side there. So let me move the camera up here. And there is our completed E7 robot. The E7, I almost said Kamachi, but that's the E6. The Kagayaki. Yeah, that's it. And there he is, looking pretty cool. Like I said, very similar to the other robots. Really, the main difference is how this transforms in here. Of course, the head's different. Subtle differences, kind of like the cutout here for the shoulder pad. Most of this is exactly the same. I think the feet are the same. As far as stickers go, you have one here on the abdomen, which you can see. You have one on each forearm, and then you have one on the inside of each leg. So that's it. And they're nice, smooth, flat surfaces. Very, very easy to attach. No issue whatsoever. But yeah, very cool. Like I showed off. I guess I didn't show off the arm articulation. So you can swivel here. You also have an out to the side hinge. You have a bicep swivel. You have, I would say, slightly over 90 degrees, but you can also bend it backwards if you want. Nothing in the wrist, though. The wrists are one solid piece. So pretty nice articulation. Oh, and we do have a waist swivel as well. I guess it's technically up in the abdomen. It's slightly above the waist, but you can swivel there as well. So really nice articulation. I think these are really fun little figures. But let's go ahead. Let's get on to the combination with the drill. So we're going to start by pretty much completely disassembling the drill. This should come off very simply. and then you're going to unpeg these pieces here. Then you are going to pop off this little waist piece. Then you'll be able to split this in half like this. You'll be able to pop off this piece and then unpeg this section here. So pop this off and unpeg that. Now we're going to come over here. I guess we'll start with the feet because they're very simple. So obviously these are shoes. You can see that there is a little notch cut out right here, and that is for this little spot here on the side of the foot. So you'll pop this one on here, and then this little notch on this side will be for this little spot right there on the side of the foot. So that gives him big shoes. Then you're going to take these pieces, again with the point facing outward, and they are just going to connect very simply onto this connection point on the shin. And then you can take this section, and this will clip on here on the waist as kind of a new belt piece. And then this piece here, which I still really don't like, connects underneath here. So this is where we connected the front of the sled piece in the train mode, and these two pegs are going to pop on there. And it's not the most stable connection, but it works. But then you're left with this big piece. Like, I appreciate that there's a sticker on here, but I just don't love the look of that. Plus, it juts out so far. If it was a little bit closer to the body, I wouldn't mind it as much. But yeah, I'm not a huge fan of that. Then we are going to disconnect the arms. And we'll sit this back a little bit. We will unpeg this and collapse the arm all the way down like so. Then we will do the same over here. Pop this down like that. We're going to take these sections here, and this piece here is actually going to be the new shoulder pad. So this will rotate down, and then we're going to spin this at the bicep swivel 180 degrees, and that will show you where your elbow joint is. Then we are going to take these pieces and we are going to peg them on here like so. Do I have that correct or do I have that backwards? No, that's correct. The wheel should be towards the outside. Then you're going to come around to the back and you're actually going to store these pieces here on the back. So there is the tiniest little tab slot right there that this tab right here is going to peg onto. So just like this. And then you're going to take the arm and you're going to just hide that here on the back. And then we will connect this on like so. So we're going to repeat the process, rotate this down, rotate this 180 degrees, connect the drill piece, hide the arm on the back, and then peg in this piece here, and then peg this in as the other arm. And there we go. We have the E7 Kagayaki drill mode. So the first thing I will say is I love the color combinations. I think the teal and the blue, all of that, I think looks absolutely fantastic. I like the giant drill arms. I think it's fun that they can spin. Storing the arms here on the back is not the best look, but it's mostly hidden when you look at it from the front, so I don't mind that as much. I kind of like the idea of having the other shoulder pads like slightly above on the back. I think that looks kind of cool. I just don't love the arms here. But again, if you don't like them, there's no reason you have to connect them. It's just storage. So if you'd rather not put them on and then just kind of have them somewhere else in the robot mode, just put them off to the side, you can absolutely do that. But the teal color I just think is really fun. It's a nice, bright, fun, vibrant color. I love the look of the treads up here. You don't really lose any articulation. You still have all this movement here. Now when you grab onto this, it's very possible that you'll just kind of pop that off. It doesn't, unfortunately, really peg in all that securely. It's very simple to pop it back on, but if you're moving the arms by holding it like this, it's very possible that that's going to fall off. But you do have the movement there in the arm. You have the out to the side hinge down here. You have that bicep swivel. You have 90-degree bend in that elbow. Doesn't have any proper fists, but you do have these amazing giant drills. Still have the waist articulation. Pretty much everything from the waist down is the same because nothing's been subbed out there. It's just kind of been augmented. Attaching these pieces to the shin won't ruin any articulation. Same with the big shoes. So, but yeah, it's a really fun color scheme. I really like the bright teal or turquoise, whatever we want to call it. I just think that looks really, really cool. And just to bring in the others here, we have the E6. And then where's the E7? I'm sorry, E5. I'm counting in the wrong direction. So there we go. So we have the E5, the E6, the E7 here. I feel like this would not look that great with the E5 just because the colors are so close. I feel like that would be a problem, but it would probably look great with the E6. I think these colors would work really well together. I'm not going to show you the different combinations. I feel like at this point you guys can figure out how to mix and match. I mean, all of these pieces are the same. So, all right, I'll show you real quick. I'll just do, I won't do complete different form changes, but, you know, these pieces, you can mix and match them. All the arms are the same. So, like I said, these colors, unfortunately, just don't go together all that well. But you could pop one arm over here. You can mix this around. I mean, of course, they can completely incorporate, like if you want to switch the auxiliary vehicles, you can do all of that. But you can also just mix and match the limbs because all those connections are exactly the same as well. So give him one drill arm and a big gun. But of course, you could mix and match these pieces. You could give them the complete form changes so that he has the top lifter and he has the drill, or, you know, give him the trailer as we've seen in the past. So a lot of playability with these, and I think that's really fun. You can completely mix and match everything, and I think that's really great. I think this line's a lot of fun. I think E7 is a welcome addition to the line. All three of the base robots are very similar in the way they transform. I mean, honestly, just this little section here with the way the E7 transforms is really the only difference. The arms, the legs, all that stuff is very universal between the three robots. But if you collect all three, you can get that combination that I'll show off next time, so that's going to be really fun. All of the auxiliary vehicles have been fantastic. I love the color scheme for this drill. I think this turquoise is a really fun, bright, vibrant color and works really well with the blue here. Yeah, I'm having a lot of fun with these. Every time they redo Shinkalion, they change it up just enough to hook me in again, and I think this is the best one yet. There's so much playability. The last one had the ability to swap the arms and the legs because of that universal connection. This one goes even further beyond by being able to switch all of the different accessories here in the armors. They're all cross-compatible. You can mix and match, so you give half of one armor and half of another armor to the same robot. There's a lot of playability with these and a lot of different combinations you can come up with. So definitely really loving these. Was going to try to stay out of it, but I'm really glad I decided to jump in because they've been a lot of fun so far. I'll be very interested to see what they do next. But really, I'm looking forward to that combination of the three robots. I think that's going to be really, really cool. So definitely check that out next time. But yeah, definitely recommend this. If you've collected the other two, definitely recommend getting this one. If you're only looking to get one, I would say whichever robot looks the best to you, grab that one. Grab as many armors as you want. It is nice that they sell them all separately. So if you just want one robot and the three armors so you can mix and match, you could absolutely do that. You don't have to buy the gift sets. Yeah, just a lot of fun to be had here. So definitely recommend checking these out. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Please like, share, and subscribe. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. And as always, thanks so much for watching.